South Carolina suffered a disappointing 6-5 loss to number 12 Oklahoma here on Sunday afternoon at Founders Park, resulting in a series loss in what was a game that looked like the Gamecocks were going to be on their way to picking up a massive series win. So how did this happen? How did things go from being so close to picking up a huge win to ending in, quite frankly, utter disaster? And it started in the ninth inning with a 2-run lead. Brendan Sweeney came back out to the mound after pitching a scoreless eighth where he struck out the side in order, all looking. Then he got the first out. Then a walk happened. Then a ball went underneath Henry Kazmar's glove. Then there was a potential double play ball where a runner reached first on a fielder's choice. Very close play at first, but the runner did beat the throw safely. Then there was a ball with the shift on, hit towards second base where Jordan Carrion, who's been very good with the glove all year, misplayed the ball, booted off him, rolled down the right field line, run scored for Oklahoma. There were 2 outs, 5-4 lead. Then on the next at-bat, there was a ball hit up the middle that went between shortstop and second base, and unfortunately for the Gamecocks, the play could not be made as Carrion tried his best to make a diving play, but again, the ball was well out of reach from him making a play at first base on a throw, but it also kicked off his glove. So Oklahoma tied the game at 5. Then in the top of the 10th, Jason Walk, Oklahoma's leadoff hitter, hit a long fly ball that looked like it may not carry out, but with the rain and the wind kind of just being what it was today, it ended up leaving the yard and carried into the visitors' bullpen to give Oklahoma a 6-5 lead. And South Carolina still had a chance going into the bottom of the 10th. They got 2 runners on with 1 out, and Evan Stone and Ethan Petrie coming up. But for the Gamecocks, both of those guys popped out to right field to end the game. And this was one that, like I said, very close to picking up a huge series win on Sunday. But what happened in the later innings obviously resulted in the loss, but it wasn't just that led to the eventual outcome. There were missed opportunities. I mean, South Carolina went 4 for 20 with runners on and 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They had some nice scoring innings, but where they'd get a run, but they couldn't do anything more in that inning where they would be able to get a run. Like the first inning, they got 1 run. There were multiple innings in the 7th and 8th where they added on some runs to take the lead and provide an insurance run to make it 5-3, but nothing more beyond that. Then also you got to look at the pitching staff. For as well as they pitch at times, getting some really big outs, they also walked 10 batters, struck out 9. So putting more runners on base for Oklahoma to have chances, and then you get what you had in the later innings there in the 9th with the misplays in the field. With, South Carolina's been very good defensively as of late, and honestly all year. But again, the 9th inning, just some tough luck there, and it is what it is. And now you got to turn your attention to a good Charleston team coming into town on Tuesday night as the Gamecocks will square off with the Cougars at Segra Park. First pitch is going to be at 6:30 p.m. on SEC Network Plus. We'll have all live coverage and updates for you on GamecockCentral.com. And then this is why it was so important to get the series win today, because then you have a road trip to Arkansas coming up this next weekend here, and then the defending champs, Tennessee, who probably should be the number 1 team in the country, just sweeping Florida this weekend out in Knoxville. They'll be here in 2 weeks. So times are getting really tough for South Carolina. It's just 1 loss, but it is also a series loss, and it's a game that definitely, as Paul Maneri put it, they should have won this game. No question about it, but you end up losing, and now you got to turn your attention to a tough few games coming up here. So that is going to do it for now from Founders Park. Once again, South Carolina suffers a 6-5 series loss to Oklahoma here on Sunday at Founders Park. For GamecockCentral.com, I'm Jack Veltri.